And you know you can never look down. You have to look forward, or you'll never get home.
Warhorse is a 2011 film directed by Steven Spielberg, and it's about this horse Joey, who is in the custody of this family, the Narracotts. And the main human protagonist, Albert, is the one who takes care of Joey and basically brings his humanity to Joey. And this entire movie is not just that. There's like multiple subplots where, Joey goes all over the place, all over Europe because of World War I, and he brings that humanity to all the people that he encounters. When you have a movie that's about a horse, it's gonna be really difficult to, for people to care about a horse and to give this horse some humanity. And I think Steven Spielberg and the writers of this movie do a really good job that you care about the horse and you do feel the emotions stemming out of the horse. The point of this movie, I think, is that no matter what side you are in the war, there is some humanity. Even in the worst dire situations, there is some humanity in people. And this horse is the source of, bringing out the best of humanity. And that's done really well. This is a World War I backdrop, and I'm a historical geek, so I love this movie in the sense it gets to portray World War I, with the trenches and the tanks and everything. Get to see also cavalry in the early stages of World War I. The performances are done really well across the board. The guy who plays Albert Narracott, the main human protagonist, he does a really good job of that, portraying that innocence and portraying that, that kindness and humanity that he gives to Joey, the horse. There's also appearances by Tom Hiddleston and Benedict Cumberbatch and a bunch of other people. And this score, John Williams is a god, basically. And he does a wonderful job again. The opening shot of the fields and plains of England, you just hear the score as it rises, and it's just like, John Williams, you still got it. This is 2011, and he still got it. He still got it today. There are some minor problems with this movie. A lot of the ways that Joey encounters certain people are circumstantial, and yes, you need a suspension of disbelief, but by the time, the ending happens, where he meets up with someone, I can see a lot of people just going oh, come on, really? The likelihood of that happening is nearly zero. It worked for me because I was emotionally invested, but I can definitely see people going rolling their eyes. There's also the problem with over anthropomorphizing the horses, even though I did say that that was a plus, but there are certain instances where you can argue that it's just done too much, that the horse is a little bit too human, and again, that's another part where I can see people rolling their eyes and going oh, come on, really? Horses aren't, that emotional. There's no subtlety to it. I also would have liked if, when Joey goes to France or Germany, when he's in custody of German soldiers or finds this, French girl or something, that, they kept it, they kept the French language and the German language. I would have liked that because that would have added more authenticity to see this wide scope. And I do appreciate the fact that they got French actors and German actors so that they would have their French accent and German accents. But I would have liked that historical authenticity. Overall, I love this movie. It's a really great historical drama movie involving a horse. Yes, it might be a little bit over corny sometimes. Sometimes the logic of certain events that leads up to certain events doesn't work out. But it worked out for me. I'll give this movie an 8.7 out of 10. If you're a history buff, you'll like it. If you love horses, you'll like it. But if you don't like, extremely corny movies, or you have a low tolerance for those type of movies and sentimental movies, you might not like this as much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.